Have you ever wondered if you really need to give up bread just because you have diabetes or are trying to control your blood sugar? A lot of people hear that bread is bad, so they cut it out completely. Others keep eating the same kind of bread every day and then feel confused when their blood sugar keeps going up and down. But the truth is much simpler than that. Bread itself is not the real problem. The problem is choosing the wrong type of bread and not knowing how it affects your body. Because when you pick the right kind, bread can actually be part of a healthy and balanced diet. Some types are rich in fiber, digest more slowly, and help your blood sugar stay more stable instead of rising too fast. So in this video, you're going to discover 3 of the best breads you can choose if you want better blood sugar control and how to pick them the right way. Make sure you watch until the end because one of these options might surprise you and could make a big difference in how your body handles sugar every single day. Disclaimer: this video is for general information only and is not medical advice. Always talk to your doctor or a qualified healthcare professional before making changes to your diet, especially if you have diabetes or take medication. 1. Sprouted grain bread. When it comes to better bread choices for blood sugar, one option often stands out above the rest, and that is sprouted grain bread, sometimes called Ezekiel bread. At first glance, it may look similar to regular bread, but the way it is made is very different, and that difference matters more than most people realize. Sprouted grain bread is made from grains that have been allowed to start growing or sprouting before they are turned into flour. During this natural process, the grain begins to use its stored starch as energy. Because of that, the final bread contains less starch than regular bread, which means it has a smaller impact on your blood sugar. This is one of the main reasons why sprouted bread often has a lower glycemic index. In simple terms, it does not raise your blood sugar as quickly or as sharply. Instead of a sudden spike, your blood sugar rises more slowly and stays more stable. According to research published in trusted nutrition journals, foods with a lower glycemic index are linked to better blood sugar control, especially for people with type 2 diabetes. Another important benefit is fiber. Sprouting can increase the fiber content of the grain, and fiber plays a key role in slowing down how sugar enters your bloodstream. This helps you feel full for a longer time and reduces the chance of sudden hunger or cravings not long after eating. For many people managing diabetes, this can also support weight control, which is an important part of long-term health. There is also a change in how your body absorbs nutrients. Grains naturally contain compounds called phytic acid, which can block the absorption of important minerals. The sprouting process helps reduce this compound, making it easier for your body to absorb nutrients like magnesium and iron. Magnesium is especially important because it supports how your body responds to insulin and helps with glucose control. Many people also notice that sprouted grain bread is easier to digest. This is because the sprouting process starts to break down some of the harder to digest proteins and compounds found in grains. For someone who may already have mild inflammation or digestive discomfort, this can make a noticeable difference over time. Now, here is something even more practical. Even the best bread can affect your blood sugar if you eat it alone. That is why pairing matters. A simple example is adding healthy fats and protein like avocado and eggs on top of your bread. This combination slows down digestion even more, helping your body release sugar into the blood at a steadier pace. Instead of a quick spike, you get more stable energy that lasts longer. But there's one thing you should always remember. Even though sprouted grain bread is a better choice, it is still a source of carbohydrates. Eating too much at once can still raise your blood sugar. So the goal is not just choosing the right bread, but also eating the right amount and paying attention to how your body responds. That balance is what truly helps you manage your blood sugar in a smarter and more sustainable way. If you're finding this helpful so far, take a quick second to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more simple tips like this. And if you have any questions or something you're struggling with, leave a comment below. I read every single one. Also, let me know where you're watching from and how old you are. I'd really love to know more about you. 2. Sourdough bread. Another type of bread that can be very helpful for blood sugar control is sourdough bread. It works differently from sprouted grain bread but the result can be just as powerful when it comes to keeping your blood sugar more stable. The key difference is how it is made. Sourdough uses a natural fermentation process. Instead of using only commercial yeast, it is made with a starter, which is a mix of flour and water that contains natural bacteria and wild yeast. Over time, this mixture slowly ferments. And this is where the benefit begins. During fermentation, the bacteria produce natural acids. These acids change how your body digests the bread. They slow down how quickly food leaves your stomach and enters your small intestine. This may sound like a small detail, but it has a big effect on your blood sugar. Because when digestion slows down, sugar enters your bloodstream more gradually instead of all at once. This helps prevent sharp spikes. Research from trusted nutrition sources shows that sourdough bread often creates a lower blood sugar response compared to regular white bread, even when they contain similar ingredients. There's also another benefit happening at the same time. Just like with sprouted bread, fermentation helps reduce phytic acid, a natural compound in grains that can block mineral absorption. When this compound is reduced, your body can better absorb important nutrients like magnesium and zinc. These minerals play an important role in how your body uses insulin and manages blood sugar. Sourdough may also support your gut health. During the fermentation process, some of the carbohydrates and fibers are changed in a way that can feed good bacteria in your gut. A healthy gut is now known to be closely linked with better insulin sensitivity. In simple terms, when your gut is healthier, your body may handle sugar more effectively. Another reason many people prefer sourdough is that it is often easier to digest. The long fermentation time starts to break down some of the gluten and other complex proteins. While it is not gluten-free, many people find it gentler on their stomach. And when your digestion is smoother and your body is under less stress, it can also support better overall blood sugar control. Now, here is how to get the most benefit from sourdough. First, try to choose traditional sourdough. Some products in stores are made quickly using added yeast and only a small amount of sourdough flavor. These do not give the same benefits. A true sourdough usually has simple ingredients like flour, water, salt, and a natural starter, and it takes longer to make. Second, think about what you eat with it. If you eat sourdough alone, your blood sugar can still rise faster than you expect. But when you add protein and healthy fats, like turkey, eggs, or even some avocado, digestion slows down even more. This creates a more steady release of sugar into your bloodstream. And finally, portion still matters. Sourdough bread can be dense, and one large slice may contain more carbohydrates than you think. Keeping your portion moderate, like one thick slice or two smaller slices, can help you stay in control. If possible, choosing whole wheat sourdough or rye sourdough is even better because it adds more fiber on top of the fermentation benefits. When you combine the right type, the right pairing, and the right portion, sourdough can become a very smart and satisfying choice for managing your blood sugar day by day. 3. Buckwheat bread. The third type of bread that many people don't know about, but can be very helpful for blood sugar control, is buckwheat bread. Now, the interesting thing is, buckwheat is not actually wheat at all. It is not even a true grain. It is a seed, and this small difference gives it some unique benefits, especially for people managing diabetes. One of the most powerful things about buckwheat is that it contains a natural compound called D-chiroinositol. This may sound complicated, but the idea is simple. This compound helps your body use insulin more effectively. In other words, it helps your cells take sugar out of the blood more easily. Some studies in nutrition and metabolic health suggest that this compound can support better insulin sensitivity, which is very important for keeping blood sugar under control. Another reason buckwheat bread stands out is its low glycemic index. Even though it is called buckwheat, it does not behave like regular wheat in your body. The carbohydrates in buckwheat are broken down more slowly, which means sugar enters your bloodstream at a slower pace. Instead of a fast spike, you get a more steady and controlled rise in blood sugar. This is exactly what you want if you are trying to avoid sudden highs and lows during the day. Buckwheat is also rich in soluble fiber and something called resistant starch. Soluble fiber works like a soft gel in your digestive system. It slows down how quickly sugar is absorbed into your blood. At the same time, resistant starch passes through your system without being fully digested and helps feed the good bacteria in your gut. And as more research shows, a healthy gut can play an important role in improving how your body handles sugar over time. There are also important nutrients inside buckwheat that support your overall health. For example, it contains magnesium, which helps your body with insulin function and glucose control. It also has an antioxidant called rutin, which may help protect your blood vessels and reduce inflammation. This is especially important for people with diabetes because long-term high blood sugar can affect blood vessels if not managed well. Now, let's make this practical. A very simple way to enjoy buckwheat bread is to pair it with something that contains protein and healthy fats, like peanut butter. This combination helps slow digestion even more, so your blood sugar stays more stable after eating. It is quick, easy, and works well as a light breakfast or snack. But just like with the other breads, there are a few things you need to watch out for. Not all buckwheat bread is truly made from buckwheat. Many products in stores are mixed mostly with refined wheat flour, with only a small amount of buckwheat added. So it is important to check the ingredient list. Ideally, you want to see whole buckwheat flour listed first. Also, some brands may add sugar or sweeteners to improve the taste. This can reduce the benefits for blood sugar control, so choosing options with no added sugar is always a better choice. And one small but helpful tip is to drink enough water when eating buckwheat bread. Because it is high in fiber, water helps that fiber work properly in your body and supports smoother digestion. When you choose the right product, pair it well, and keep your portions reasonable. Buckwheat bread can be a very smart addition to your diet, especially if your goal is to manage blood sugar in a more natural and steady way. So as you can see, managing your blood sugar doesn't mean you have to completely give up bread. The real difference comes from choosing the right type. When you switch from regular refined bread to better options like sprouted grain, sourdough, or buckwheat bread, you give your body more support. These breads are digested more slowly, help reduce sudden sugar spikes, and can even improve how your body responds to insulin over time. But just as important, it's not only about the bread itself. It's also about how much you eat and what you eat with it. When you combine the right bread with protein, healthy fats, and fiber, you create a much more stable and balanced effect on your blood sugar throughout the day. Small changes like these may seem simple, but over time, they can make a big difference in your health. If you want to watch more videos about diabetes and simple ways to control your blood sugar, make sure to check out the videos on this channel. If you found this helpful and want to learn more simple ways to control your blood sugar through everyday foods, make sure to check out the other videos on this channel.